What's up? I'm about to talk about this new Eminem album, Marshall Mathers LP 2. Um, I just a forewarning, I am a huge Eminem fan. He is the first rapper that I ever really listened to, which I know that sounds like a typical white kid thing to say. So I guess I'm a typical white kid. But if there's any sort of bias, go ahead, feel free to call me out on it. I can take it. Um, but yeah, basically what he was trying to do with this album, he was trying to bring a whole nostalgic type of vibe, kind of talk about the same type of stuff in a different way than he did on Marshall Mathers LP1. But yeah, I like it. I like the album for the most part. I think it's a good addition. It's one of his better post comeback works. Um, let's see, just start off the album. Bad Guy. It's got like interesting storytelling. Like you got the continuation of Stan, which is really interesting, and then the beat changes. That's honestly one of my favorite parts on the album on Bad Guy, when the beat changes and he just really gets into this like super like self-aware talk about his career, which is really it's really the direction people thought he was going to be going in a lot more. Um, Rhyme or Reason, I love the sample on that song. I like the zombie song Time of Season. I think that's what it's called, but I've heard that song before, so I think the sample works really well, and just the rapping itself on that song is some of the best, on the album. So Much Better. That's like the first Slim Shady esque song. It's super fucking catchy. I mean, it was stuck in my head for like a fucking week after I first heard it. I mean, for most people, it'll probably be super relatable. I mean, everybody has at least one person in their life who they wouldn't mind seeing fucking die, but maybe that's just me. Um, I like the hook too. I would imagine a lot of people probably don't really care for it just because it is sung. I mean, I don't know. That's just my guess. I haven't looked at any other opinions, but I enjoy it. I think it works. Rap God, that is probably my favorite song on the album. Just the whole thing is just 6 minutes straight up rapping. I'm actually really surprised it charted as well as it did, seeing as it is just 6 minutes of rapping. And just the whole thing is just classic Eminem flow, rhyme schemes. And although to be honest, it is kind of like blown out of proportion a little bit, especially with the little like quadruple time part. The summa luma duma whatever the fuck he's saying in that part. It's not super fucking impressive. It's not that hard to do that when you're a professional rapper. So that's not like the most amazing thing in the world for people blowing it out of proportion. Love Game has the only feature on the album that actually raps. There's like a shitload of other features, but they all sing hooks and shit. So Kendrick Lamar's on that. He has a great verse. After his verse was done, I'm like, he probably just killed Eminem on his own song. Then Eminem's third verse came on, and that was the best verse on the song in my opinion. And there's another good sample. Um, is Rick Rubin produced both that and Rhyme or Reason, I do believe. And he really just has a great ear. I mean, his career has been so long. He's worked with the Beastie Boys, back in '86 on License to Ill. I mean, that's how far back this dude goes. So, it's crazy how he's still making good music today. Headlights, basically anybody who cares, has any sort of investment in Eminem's personal life has to listen to that song. It's it might be like it's probably the personally most important song on the album. He apologizes to his mom. He says he wishes things were different, which is really a drastic change from what we've seen in previous projects in regards to his mom. It's always I fucking hate her, like my mom on Relapse. Cleaning out my closet, obviously, and a bunch of other references. Yeah, I liked all those songs. Those are the standouts for me. Um, some of the songs I didn't like. Survival. I was honestly, when I saw the track listing, I was disappointed. It was even on the album. I just thought it was supposed to be some like 15-minute throw it together to send it to fucking Call of Duty shit. but the lyrics are so fucking corny. He's got a line in there about like wiping his butt because he shit on the mic or something. It's fucking terrible. And the chorus is, I just don't like that song at all. Um, as both So Far and Asshole, I feel like they suffer from the same kind of dilemma. They're both like not necessarily bad songs, but they're just totally all over the place. Like one minute you got, Eminem talking about some real shit, then he's talking about, killing somebody or punching somebody in the face or something. I'm not saying that's always a bad thing. It just comes off as weird and, you know, out of the blue, which isn't really a good thing. And I don't like the beats on either of those songs either. Just, kind of felt like not a lot of time was put into their creation. And finally, the song Stronger Than, it should be called Softer Than I Was, Stronger Than I Was. It's just so fucking soft, corny. Oh my god, he's singing, he's literally doing nothing but singing for the first like 3 minutes. I was just like, dude, come on. I mean, it doesn't work at all. He's talking about, a girl or something he broke up with, and now he's, stronger for it. I'm like, god damn it. He's been listening to too much fucking Drake or something, because I don't know what the fuck else there is. But yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed the album. I mean, Eminem can still rap. Don't let anybody tell you he cannot. He can still make words rhyme. He can still flow. The question is, does he have anything to write about? Which, that's a good question. I mean, he kind of explores some new ground on this album, but you never really know if he's running out of actual topics or not. And can he still have that same sort of like, shock, not necessarily shock, but just that same appeal that he had, back, in his great run, from like 99 to 2002. Can he still maintain that sort of like same energy, persona, charisma? He doesn't even necessarily need the same persona, just with the same, entertainment value. But I like the album. I thought it was pretty well produced. If there's a few references on here to this being Eminem's last album. A lot of people are taking that for gospel, and what you got to remember, he's been saying shit like that since 2002. I mean, he had "Say Goodbye to Hollywood" on Eminem's show, so take all that with a grain of salt. But yeah, good. Some good insights Eminem's psyche, on his career, his personal life, and just some good rapping. So I'm not gonna. It's not album of the year. It's not his best album. It's not. It's just a good album. Probably better than Yeezus, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Probably the best out of the three. Real like hip hop, icons that were released this year, in my opinion. Some people say Yeezus is better. I don't think so, but it's all right. Check it out. At least check out, Rhyme or Reason, So Much Better, Rap God, Love Game. Those are all good tracks. So yeah, props to Eminem. Put out another solid project. And thanks for watching.